Good morning and welcome to worship at OPPC. We are so glad to have you worshiping with us today, here and at home. After church today, please head up to the preschool building. Santa pictures will be available, and you can take a tour of the preschool. The OPPC Mission Committee is organizing another Bridge Receiving Center's Christmas gift card drive, and OPPC will be collecting gift cards from Walmart, Target, Amazon, and Fred Meyer to give to families and caregivers of children in the foster care system. This gift card will run through December 31st. For more information, please reach out to Patricia or Cindy. Patricia isn't here today, but if Cindy could let everybody know who she is. The OPPC Hiking Fellowship will be taking their 156th hike after church today. They are going to Kelsey Creek Park and Bellevue Botanical Garden Delights. Neil and Nancy, could you please wave or hold up your... Nancy, I think Neil's not here. Oh, Neil's here. There they are. And Nancy is not yet. Please reach out to Neil or Nancy for more information. Tomorrow, Monday, December 18th, is Theology on Tap at Postdoc Brewing with Redmond Presbyterian Church. That's at 6 o'clock and should be a wonderful time. Then, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday this year, and we will be having one service, a candlelight service at 7 o'clock. If you would like to take part in Christmas carpools and receive a ride to and from the service, please contact the OPPC office on or before 12:20. They can set you up with a driver to get you to and from church safely. If you have any questions about our upcoming church schedule or how to get involved, please check out our website at oppc.org or ask any of our staff here at church. Now, if you will please pray with me. God of grace, we open our hearts, minds, and souls in worship to you. Thank you that today we will dwell in your kingdom and live in your presence. Thank you that as we gather together, we join with your children all around the world to glorify your holy name and celebrate the joy you bring us this Advent season. Come, be with us, inspire us, and lead us in our time together. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
It's on. Okay. Isaiah 35 says, "The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad. The desert shall rejoice and blossom like the crocus. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice with joy and singing. A highway shall be there, and it shall be called the Holy Way. The unclean shall not travel on it, but shall be for the God's people. No traveler, not even fools, shall go astray. And the ransom of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with singing. Everlasting joy shall be upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away." Isaiah 35, 1, verse 1, 2, and 8. The prophet Isaiah tells us about the joy of entering into God's house. The prophet tells us to imagine being set free, being unburdened, being released to live, to fully live in the grace and wonder of life itself, surrounded by those who love us like no one else. The psalmist says, "Happy are those whose help is the God of Jacob, whose hope is in the Lord, who made heaven and earth, who keeps faith, who executes justice, gives food sets prisoners free, opens eyes, lifts up, watches over, upholds. The Lord will reign forever. Your God, O Zion, for all generations. Praise the Lord. We light these candles, the candles of joyous hope, of proclaimed peace, and of deep and everlasting joy, as a sign that we are those who walk with a skip in our step, because we can see God's kingdom breaking into our world, and it is pure joy. We are ascending to God's promise. So I'm going to light the candle.
Please stand with me as we, I can't stand, but please stand as we sing O Come, Emmanuel together. O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou dayspring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here, and drive away the shame and pierce the wall of light. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, desire of nations by, in one heart and mind. Bid envy strive, earth with heaven's peace. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, 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 Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. You may be seated.
Amen. Well, at this time, I would like to invite our offering ushers forward. We have a little, a little concise service right before we invite Taproots up. I hope you guys are super excited about Taproots. Taproots is an amazing theater out in Seattle, North Seattle. But as we remind you to give faithfully during the season and towards the end of the season or the end of the year, if there are RMDs, required minimum distributions. Just a reminder, if you guys need any tax help or support with that, we can help you with that. But you can also give online, you could also give in person, or you can also mail in your offering. So please give faithfully, as it supports the mission that we do throughout the whole world and in our community here and in our in the neighborhood of Crossroads. So thank you all. And if you haven't gotten your pledges in, please get those in. Yay. Because I believe we are going to get there and run a balanced budget next year, okay? So awesome. Now I want to invite Lottie up to give us the Thriving Minute. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. This was supposed to be Patricia. She's homesick, so I apologize in advance. This will be less good than what Patricia was going to do. So we're going to be praying for Patricia because she's homesick. We're also going to be praying for Nancy Devine. She's in the hospital right now. She's having gallbladder problems, so she's going to have her gallbladder taken out. So we'll be praying for her that surgery goes well, she recovers fast, she feels way better post-gallbladder than she does currently. Okay, so Patricia had a great Thriving Minute plan, but since she's not here, here's what she was going to talk about. She was going to talk about the preschool building, which, if you've never been to OPPC, is the building, 2 buildings that way, currently home to Evergreen Montessori Academy or school. Okay. Some updates about the preschool. They're going to open in January, which is really, really exciting. Not full capacity, but with enough students to have a class in January. So that'll be really awesome. We are going to be praying for them on Wednesday. They have their DCYF inspection, which is kind of the final hurdle to make sure that they're able to welcome students in the new year. So we'll be praying that that goes really, really well for them on Wednesday. And then lastly, if you are curious about how the preschool's looking, you should head up there after church today because there's Santa pictures as an option available. And while you're up there getting your Santa pictures taken, you can check out the preschool, poke into some of the rooms. It's Montessori, so they have all the tiny furniture, child-sized. It's very, very cute. Okay. Yeah, head up to the preschool after church today to check it out. That's all I've got. Sorry, I'm not Patricia.
Thank you, Lottie. All right, it's time. So what I would like for us to do, I'm just gonna let you guys watch it. It's gonna be exciting. Get excited. But how about we give Taproots a big round of applause as they come? Or yeah, yeah. All right, here we go.
Oh, whoa, that's going to be right here. So we'll be there, but I'm going to come here for a moment so I can make sure I see all of you. First off, thank you so much for having us here this Sunday morning. It is a delight for us to be here and join with you. We are going to do an improvised version of a Lion, Witch, and a Wardrobe, and we're going to use you guys to inspire this, which means what we're about to do has never been seen before and will never be seen again. But before we get started, my name is Rob.
I'm Matt.
I'm Audrey. And I'm Emily.
And what is your name? There's a lot of laughter, which I appreciate. It's good to laugh with our names. We're going to get you guys warmed up with getting suggestions, but I have a couple things. First off, we love seeing your faces. If you are able and willing to move forward to clump, it will make it much more enjoyable for you, and then we'll make sure that we're connecting with you. Just a tidbit that helps it be a little more intimate. And then I'm going to start warming you guys up with giving us suggestions while you're doing that. So I'm asking you to multitask. All right, from this section over here, what is that one holiday food that you would be fine if it was never served ever again? Brussels sprouts? Fruitcake? That's it. Everybody loves every other food available at holidays. What's that? Peas as beef? Bean. All kinds of beans.
The magical fruit.
No beans. Yes. Oh, the green bean casserole. Yeah, don't do it, right? Thank you. All right, not for you. And then from this side over here, if you could have it all
piece of furniture that you might find in grandma's attic? A chair, a rocking chair, yes? A record player. All right, I'm going to take record player. Okay, now I want you to think in your head of a kind person who you have in your life. Now, what is a gift that would just be perfect for this person? A spatula? A cat toy. Is your kind person a cat? Perfect. They're very kind. All right, a cat toy. Anything else? No kind people. No hands. What's that? Pajamas. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take cat toy. Just interested to see how this goes. All right, and then you have a very cute little 2 or 3 year old trick-or-treating at your house. What is a costume that they are wearing? Pikachu, a pumpkin. Ooh. A ghost. All right, Elsa. I'm gonna take Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, okay. So imagine you're in a grumpy mood. What's the way you express that lets your family know? Somebody has one that they don't want to say. Slam doors? Slam the door? Sad face. Sad face. Growls? Okay, I like growls. Let's say growls. They're all good. What's your favorite animal at the zoo? The tiger, yeah. Salamanders? That's great. Ooh. Oh, let's go with tiger. Tiger, yeah. What is your favorite guilty pleasure snack? Chocolate, of course.
What?
Cheetos?
What kind of chocolate? Is there like a specific dark chocolate? Like, is there a brand that you just love?
Well, I'm a Cheetos guy.
Not Cheetos.
Let's go Cheetos.
Cheeto chocolate?
Chocolate Cheetos, are those? I don't know.
Oh no.
Those are with the green bean casserole.
And I'm looking for a first name here. Who is that person that you always remember going to for advice in your life? Mom. What's the first name? Stella? Grandpa. Yeah.
What's Grandpa's name?
Grandpa.
Just Grandpa. Stella, Grandpa. Let's go with Stella. All right. Great. Thank you.
All right. And then I would love for you to think about a person in your life you know who's very organized, and what kind of a Christmas gift would you want to get for that person? Yes.
My sister and
Pencil holder. Nice. What's something else you'd buy for an organized person? Yeah.
a single spaghetti.
A single what?
It's a spaghetti. It's plural. A spaghetti.
A single
Spaghetti. One spaghetti.
I love it. Learn something new every day. What's something else you get for an organized person?
A container store gift card.
Container store gift card. Oh, very nice. You know, I really like the single spaghetti. I think that's gonna be fun. Let's take that. All right. And yeah, thanks for teaching us all that. Let's see. And then if you were going to get from point A to point B in a method of transportation that's not a car, what would you want to use? Reindeer. Motorcycle? Reindeer? Yes. Bicycle?
Flying carpet.
Flying carpet? A scooter? Horseback? Rollerblades? Ooh, rollerblades. Let's take rollerblades. Those are fun. Spaghetti. What? Okay. And then if you were going to make a statue out of something that's not stone, what would you want to make it out of? Clay? Cheese?
Rice?
Jello?
Jello?
Rice? Butter? What?
There's a big type. I choose one type of cheese. The melted.
Nice. The melted kind you get with nachos.
Like Velveeta?
It
that
sounds
kinda,
like we all want to make statues out of cheese. I think I'm going to take cheese.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then final question here for me is, seems like you all know some adults in your life. What's something that it would be kind of silly for an adult to be afraid of? Yeah.
Spiders.
Spiders? Kittens?
Children.
Children?
From the
It's
booth.
not so weird.
Yes.
What? That's silly. Lizards? I'm gonna take a kitten. I think that's gonna be fun.
All right. All right, you guys are doing great. We have one more round. You have that ultra adventurous person in your life, like elite level. What is the perfect gift for them? Band-Aids. First aid kit?
Pebble.
A pebble? What's that? Knitting needles. Knitting needles. I'm gonna take knitting needles.
I mean, when they're in the Alps, you gotta have something.
You gotta be ready to go. Yeah, yeah. All right, so you are going. Or what is a fantastical creature like a centaur or a minotaur or a kraken? Something kind of out there. A what? A naga?
An SCP.
Define a naga. Tell me about it. Half human, half snake. Okay, good. Any other fantastical creatures? Medusa. All right. The snakes are on a different part of the body, yes. Good. Any other ones? A giant squid. I'm going to take giant squid. All right. Wonderful. All right. That all expenses paid trip that you're going on. What is the one thing that you wish you had not left behind?
My charger.
Your charger?
A toilet.
A toilet, because those are important to bring with you. What was that? Medication? A swimsuit?
Food.
Cell phone?
Fresh.
Your best friend. I'm going to take best friend.
Best friend.
All right, we are down to the final one. I need from the grown-ups in the group, what is the name of the street that you grew up on? Logan? Howard? Say again over here. Harbor Avenue? Grandview Drive. I think I'm going to take Logan, and we're going to have Lagonia is the name of the land that we're going to be visiting. Give yourselves a round of applause. I can promise you we have never done this show with these suggestions, so for better or for worse, please sit back and enjoy your version of Always Winter.
Our story today begins with 4 children. These 4 children were siblings, and as often happens in wartime, these children had been sent away for their own safety to the countryside estate of an old and eccentric professor. This professor lived alone in his house with the housekeeper, and so the children really did have quite the run of the place. They spent all of their time exploring the various rooms and the grounds, and on this particular day, exploring the attic is exactly what they were doing.
Everyone, come in here. Look what I found.
What is it, Lucy?
It's a record player.
Lucy, where have you got off to now?
Look at how large it is, and it's embedded in this mahogany chest of drawers.
It looks
Nice,
like a
Lucy.
piece of junk to me.
No, let's see if it works.
As I had said before, there were 4 children. Of the 4, the youngest was named Lucy, and she was very inquisitive and always getting herself into places, even places that she perhaps should not be.
Lucy, what are we even doing up here? And why are you messing around with things that just...
Edmund was the second youngest, and he'd been having a hard go back in London. School had been difficult, and he'd been growling a lot more than usual, and now it seemed he'd been growling at Lucy more than anyone else.
Come on, Edmund. Can you please try to use your words to say some kind things to your sister?
Susan was the second eldest. Not yet an adult, she had a lot of responsibility placed on her shoulders. But if you asked some people, she could be a little bit bossy.
Now, everyone, come here, come on. Everyone join together. We're all unraveled as it is. Come together and take a moment and look out the windows. Look at all of this land we get to play in. We've landed on our feet, I'll tell you what.
Peter was the eldest and had a way of stringing them all together, especially especially during this season of their life.
Now, everyone, there's so much house for us to explore. We can come back here at some point. Come on, let's go.
No, but I do just wonder. It does seem like there's no power connected. I shall see if I... Oh, well, that's a funny sound.
As I had said before, Lucy was incredibly inquisitive. On this particular occasion, she found herself trying to get the record player to play. The funny noise caused her to enter into the record player as it began to spin.
Where am I?
She found herself emerged out of the player into a strange and very cold land.
Oh, it's so very cold and it's covered in snow.
And the first thing she saw upon entering this new snowy land was a lamppost that was built very tall and strong, shining light all over the clearing.
I can see so much.
Lucy found herself in a large clearing, circular with needle-like skinny trees sticking up all around.
And in the back of the clearing was a little log cabin with a cozy fire and chimney that she could see the wisps of smoke rising.
Well, that looks like it may be a warm place. Maybe I shall see if someone's home. Hello? Hello?
Oh, are you here?
Yes.
Oh, where are you?
Michael.
Kraken, are you here?
My goodness, I think with that giant eyes, you would be able to see better than that.
Who's speaking, if you don't mind?
I'm over here.
Oh, you're on land.
Yes, you see me?
Just a moment.
Oh! You are a giant squid.
I am a giant squid. Thank you for noticing.
The world's largest eyes.
Yes, they are quite large. They work well underwater where it's dark, but out here I have a hard time seeing. You haven't...
Oh, there's so many of your...
Sorry, on land they kind of spread out. I can't control them. Yes, I wonder if perchance you've seen another creature like me. It's a kraken, looks a little meaner, but he's quite harmless. He's my best friend.
Oh, no, you've lost your best friend.
I have lost my best friend. Oh, you haven't seen him? Oh, forgive me. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Mr. Squiddy.
Well, hello, Mr. Squiddy. My name is Lucy.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Lucy. Oh, I've not seen your kind around with my giant eyes. Are you perchance a daughter of Eve?
Do you mean am I human? Why, yes, indeed.
Oh, well, lovely. It's lovely to meet you. Oh, you're on my left third tentacle there. Thank you. I'll just pull that back. Oh, here, I will shake your hand right there on the end. Don't get onto a sucker. They're hard to get off.
All right, yes.
Yes, nice to meet you. Well, lovely. I've never met a human here. In fact, you might be the first one ever. Where have you come from?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. I was just in the spare room, and I was fiddling around with the record player when all of a sudden I sort of spun and fell in, and here I am.
Well, Lucy from Spare Oom and Land of Record Player, you have landed here in Lagonia. It's nice to have you. Unfortunately, it's winter. It has been winter for so very long. It's always winter, but never Christmas.
Oh dear, never Christmas?
Yes.
Well, that's one of the bright spots of winter.
Yes, well, you know, it's also cold. I do well in the cold, but you look like you might be a little bit too cold. If you feel all right, I do have an underwater abode that I could safely get you to. If you feel like coming and warming up, I can tell you more about our land.
Oh, I would love to. How hospitable.
Yes, that's nice. See, I do have the giant eyes, but right above on top, you've got the fin part of my head.
Yes.
If you just hold on there, then you'll be safe. It'll create a bubble as I go quickly under the water, an air pocket. You'll be fine.
Yes, I do need air to breathe underwater.
All right, yes. Just make sure you avoid the tentacles behind, because they go fast.
Oh, yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Off we go!
The entrance to Mr. Squiddy's home was a large whirlpool that one had to pass through in order to get in.
And down in his underwater home, there were thermal vents coming up from the ground that he could heat a pot on, which he had with tea bubbling in it.
In the corner there was a large chest full of gold doubloons and bullion and all the sorts of things that he had scavenged from the wrecks of old ships.
Here we are. This part might feel a little dicey to you. It's just a few spins around the whirlpool before we get in. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go! And in!
Oh, I've been spinning so very much.
Yes, welcome. Yes,
Warm already.
underwater vents. Oh, they're quite nice.
Oh, yes.
Yes, there's something brewing on there for you as well.
Oh,
Yes.
lovely. A spot of tea.
Yes.
Oh, here, the first cup's for you.
Oh, thank you. I never remember which is the best one. Could you just for me, please?
Of course.
Oh, yes, I actually have a beak somewhere else, but this is more appropriate for the current audience.
Yes, all right.
Thank you. Oh, yes, well, as I was saying, it is always winter in Livonia because the witch, who thinks she's the queen, has decided to make it so, and so the rest of us must suffer.
Oh, I'm so very
It is
sorry.
quite awful. Oh, you are quite a delight. You're a lot kinder than I was led to believe about humans.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes. Oh, do you see over there, right on the wall? Do you see that lovely little picture?
Oh, it's of you and Kraken.
It is my friend Kraken. It's been so long. I feel like a tide came along and took him away. I'm not sure, but I so have been missing him. You'll know him because he's got the spotted tentacles on the outside, and he wears a monocle.
Oh, yes, the monocle. That's a large difference between the two of you.
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. Oh, Lucy, it is so nice, and I have not ever had anyone willing to, feed me something nice and warm. And oh,
Wow, what lovely treasure you found.
yes,
My goodness, that big eye, you've been putting it to a lot of good use.
I have, and I was about to put it to some bad use, and I feel so awful, dear Lucy. I don't know what I should do.
Oh, dear Mr. Squiddy, there's no reason to cry. Here.
No one's ever wiped tears away from my giant eyes before. I've always just had to swim the tears away. You are so kind. I have decided something, dear Lucy, from Spareum. I was meant to do something for you. See, I am in the employ of the witch.
Oh, dear.
And should I find a human, I was meant to bring them straight to her straight away. But you are so kind, and I feel I cannot do that, so I will not. I will not. I think maybe we should send you back to your record player so you may be safe.
Oh, well, thank you, Squiddy. That is ever so considerate. I do prefer being safe.
Yes, and if upon the way you happen to see Kraken, please tell him that Mr. Squiddy misses him oh so much.
Oh, of course. I will use my significantly smaller eyes to keep a lookout.
Yes. Oh, well, if you look over here, right here in the pile of doubloons, you see there, it's kind of like a handheld underwater scooter. I could never use it, see, but I think it's still charged up. You can use that to shoot right out of the whirlpool back to the lamppost.
You do? Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, how lovely. Oh, you even have a little gold helmet that
Yes.
goes with it.
Lucy, it was a delight to meet you. I hope we can meet under better circumstances. Take care.
Thank you.
I've never waved with all of my tentacles before, but you deserve it.
Woo! The lamppost. Oh,
Lucy.
Edmund! Oh, how wonderful. You've made it as well. Isn't it amazing?
Well, all I saw was a lot of snow.
Well, let's go back and tell the others. Come. All right, let's see. How does this thing start?
Come on, we're waiting. Let's go. It's time to move.
Peter, have you ever heard about how music just draws you in? Well, I experienced that tenfold today. It took me to a new land covered in snow, where I met a giant squid. It was incredible. Let's go.
Oh.
That's a wonderful story, Lucy, but
That's-
we're going to go and make lunch now.
Lovely.
No,
we can finish your make-believe later. Let's move
Must
on.
come back. Look. You just go. But it's not working this time, but it did work.
But Lucy, please don't scratch
Edmund
the
was there
professor's
as well.
record.
Edmund, tell them.
It was at this part in our story that Edmund did the most awful thing. He had been sullen and sulking and not in a very good mood at all, but he hadn't yet made up his mind of what to say. That's when he made the meanest, most spiteful decision he possibly could. He decided to let Lucy down. No, it was just a game we were playing. It's all in her imagination.
No, it was real, Edmund. You're not telling the truth.
before she gets lost. Come
Yes,
on.
all right. It was like this in the house for the remainder of the week. Edmund was always growling at people, and Lucy was frustrated and crying, and really all the children were really very much out of sorts. Until one day, on this particular day, it seemed as though the housekeeper needed to use every single room that the children were off in different corners of the house occupied. And so it came to pass that the children felt that they were almost chased up the stairs into the attic to the very room that they had been trying all week to avoid.
Come on, to the record player room.
No, not this room.
She's
Not
coming!
this room. Here to tease me. We're only going to fight again.
I think we need to hide.
Where can we hide?
Well, she's coming directly here. I don't know how. Find something.
I'll play something, but it'll maybe calm us down just a bit.
Let's hide in the record.
We can't hide.
Behind.
Lucy!
No! Mickey, we're not all going to fit.
Lucy,
Oh!
you shouldn't have started the record player. No, what's going on?
Oh!
Oh, I'm feeling off.
Oh, very dizzy. Very. It worked.
We've returned to Lagonia.
What?
Lucy,
Don't you see? This is where I was before. And here's the lamppost.
it's wonderful. And Lucy, it's real. I am so sorry. You were telling the truth the whole time, and I didn't believe you.
Sorry, Lou.
Oh, dear.
Oh, and you should see the log cabin back here. I remember seeing this when I was here before.
What's that, Edmund?
Before.
When you were here before,
You told us you told us it was a game.
when Lucy asked you, you said she was lying. It was just a game. I believe you did this out of spite. You're a little beast.
How could you do this to your sister?
I just wanted.
Edmund.
Oh dear. Look. What? This is the whirlpool. I went down into that whirlpool, but look, this is where I went to Mr. Squiddy's house.
The friend, the one who met you at the lamppost.
Yes, and there was a portrait of him in Kraken, and there were many gold doubloons. But look, they're all swirling around in the water here.
I don't
Something
understand. What
terrible
does
has
it
happened.
mean?
His home has been destroyed.
Oh, dear.
Does seem like a mess. Perhaps we should go back.
Yes, you mentioned a witch.
Doesn't
It
seem
could be
safe.
her fault.
No, it's because he talked to me, a human, and helped me. I'm sure of it. He got in trouble, and I'd like to help him.
I don't know.
I think we should go home.
Yes.
No, we must stay and help Mr. Squiddy.
All right. She's right. You were telling the truth, so you get to decide. What do we do?
We stay.
All right. It's our duty. We'll stay and help your friend, but I don't know where to start.
Let's see. I'll try to fish some of this gold out. It might
Boy.
help us in our journey.
Oh, dear.
Are you the sons of Adam and the daughters of Eve?
Did you meet any other talking animals?
No, Peter.
Is this your friend, though?
Oh, but it's striped and it's it looks like you're a tiger. Ooh.
That's Mr. Tiger to you.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Tiger.
Listen, I'm a friend of Mr. Squiggy's.
Oh, I didn't meet you before.
How do we know that he's a friend?
He could be in the employ of the witch.
I have something. Right back here.
Oh, hey, Mr. Tiger!
That's Mr. Kraken.
Hi!
His monocle.
Oh, yes!
It's clearly him.
Yes, I went on vacation. I did the N Country tour. Made my way back, but I didn't know in New Zealand it would take such a long swim.
Oh, Mrs. Squiddy has been looking for you. Just
Oh, I
tirelessly.
miss him dearly. How is he?
Well, he's unwell at the moment.
Oh, dear.
No, I'm afraid that,
Oh, dear.
that he's been captured by the witch.
No!
But you trust this tiger.
Oh, Mr. Tiger, yes, he's lovely. Yes, we have tea all the time. Oh,
yes,
dear, I'm going to
of
go
course.
off and see if I can find Squiddy, make sure he's not cheese yet.
You probably should.
All right.
Good to meet you, Peter. I do believe that we can trust this tiger since Kraken said it was all right.
All right, that was crazy to see the Kraken just pop up.
It was. I believe that you might look rather dignified with a monocle.
That's for later.
Kraken knows us so well.
We can't talk more here. The witch, she has spies everywhere.
Oh, dear.
Even some of the trees are on her side.
Oh dear, there are so many trees around.
But listen, Mrs. Tiger back at our den. Well, she's got some nice food cooking up, and we can go back there. You can warm up, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
All right, I think we shall, yes.
All right.
Lead the way.
All right, come on.
Oh, what's
It's rather sneaky this way. Well, the trees won't hear us this way.
And as they moved to Mr. Tiger's home, they came upon a bamboo forest, where they went slowly through each bamboo into a peaceful clearing where there were leaves falling down inside, and there was a nest placed out for people to sleep.
And Mr. Tiger had many amusements hanging. A catnip little birdie on a string that he would often play with. And here, another one made of feathers, just dangling for fun.
One of the most remarkable things about the clearing was the beautiful lights which filtered through the leaves and made sort of a pattern of mosaic in light on the ground.
Come on, children, through the bamboo.
Okay.
We're almost there.
Oh, it's like a haven in here.
Oh, so bright.
Oh.
It smells so lovely.
Yes, you need some fresh meat, some nourishment. Mrs. Tiger made this up especially for you.
Oh my.
Just dig right in, use your claws.
It's very fresh.
Yes, that's a wildebeest. That's lovely.
Wildebeest ta-ta.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, ta-ta. Anyway, your friend, Mr. Squiggy, I'm afraid he might have already been taken by the Queen and turned into cheese, like Mr. Kraken said. But there's hope, all right? Stella is on the move.
Stella. The moment that the children heard that name, though they'd never heard it before, a feeling came over each of them. For Lucy, it was as though someone was there, ready to entertain her and provide her joy forever and ever.
For Susan, it felt as though, perhaps even if she had just her one little meager offering, that Stella could somehow multiply it and make it enough for everyone.
For Peter, it was this. All the different threads of his life, which he couldn't get a handle on, were in their own ways slowly coming together to show a fabric for which he could follow forward.
That's right. Stella is a great lion.
Oh, dear.
A lion?
You seem kind, but a lion is too much, not safe.
No, it's not a lions and tigers and bears situation. No, it is a good lion. Stella is the true queen of Lagonia.
All right.
And she's meeting with all of the animals at the stone table. That's where we should go.
All right, I don't know what else to do. I think we should.
Yes, all right.
All right, let's gather everything up and get Edmund. Oh, dear.
Listen for the growling.
That's your tummy.
No.
Is that any of your children?
I heard your brother. I heard him growling, and I've heard his sort of growl before. It's a look he had in his eye. I believe he's already been tempted by the witch's magic.
Oh, no,
As
not.
a predator, I would trust your instinct.
Oh, dear, he's lactose intolerant. He can't be cheese.
No. So we should go to the stone table. That way we can be safe, and Stella will know what to do.
Oh, dear.
I do wonder what has happened to Edmund.
I bet you're also wondering what has happened to Edmund. For Edmund's experience was quite different. He had been lying about following Lucy. He had also gone through the record player and arrived in the same clearing with the lamppost that she had. But he had quite a different experience. For when he got there, before he could decide quite what to do, he heard, off in the distance, the click, click, click on the ground. Something small and circular. They were rollerblades. And behind was drawn like a mush cart, a sleigh being pulled by none other than Spider-Man.
Peter, we must...
Spider-Man, do you?
Sorry, Spider-Man. We must check and see if we see any of those little tiny footprints that are so terrible that kittens leave everywhere.
Oh, not the little baby cats. No. Here we go.
There's webs coming right out of his hands.
Peter, did you see anything out there? Spider-Man, sorry.
I found some things to suspect, Your Majesty.
I'm sorry, did I hear your name was Peter? I have a brother named Peter.
No.
Okay.
Spider-Man only.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap up this thing for you so that you can analyze it further.
Oh, well, thank you. Who are you and what are you doing here?
Oh, hi, I'm just a boy. I didn't mean to intrude.
A boy?
I thought I was just a boy too. Better watch out, Your Majesty.
We should. Peter, Spider-Man, I need you to go on ahead and see if there are any other boys or girls or children, sons of Adam, daughters of Eve, running about in the clearing or anywhere else.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Thank you. I'm so very sorry. I feel like I've been entirely rude to you since you arrived. I would love to help you. You see, I am the queen of this land here, and I, in my magic, have made it always winter because, I don't know if you know this, but kittens are just the worst thing. They've got little, like, claws and stuff, and they get into everything, and to top it all off, I'm allergic, and so I really cannot be around them. So I and magic have made it always winter because as the snow falls, I can see if there are any little cat prints in the snow, and then I can know and get rid of them.
All right.
Yes, but I meant to tell you that in my magic, I also can make any sort of a treat or delicacy that you would like to warm you up or cheer you up.
Well, I very much would like a Frito-Lay product. Cheetos!
Cheetos?
Yes.
Fine.
Puffs, not crunchy.
All right, well, I'm sure that the magic can do that. Is this what you had in mind?
An entire fun-sized bag.
So why don't you dig on right in? Now, you were telling me that you are a boy. I'm so astonished by that. Do you have any sort of siblings or other boys or girls that you traveled here with?
Well, I followed my sister Lucy through the record player.
Fascinating. It's wonderful you have a sister.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, of course, please.
Sorry, they're dangerously cheesy.
So you've got yourself and a sister? My, what a wonderful family.
Yes, well, and I have my other brother Peter, and my sister Susan as well.
Four? There's four of you! My goodness! Oh, yes, why don't you just continue to have more of those? You know, I feel like I should tell you that growing up, being allergic to cat fur, I also didn't have any siblings. I was really rather a lonely child, so I would love to meet your family. Do you think you could bring them next time you're here?
Well, I suppose if it means more Cheetos, I could, but I don't think you would like them. They're awfully cross and not very good.
Oh, I am sure that they are as sweet as you have turned out to be, and I can assure you that I've got rooms full of Cheetos in my house, which, as you can see, is that house there between the two sloping bits of snow.
Yes, I see them.
Yes.
Yes, and I see your house.
Yes, it's a cheerful little place.
You have more Cheetos there?
I do. I've got rooms full, because unfortunately it looks like you ate through the whole bag here.
But I still have the dust on my fingers.
Yes, well, no, good gracious, I'm the queen of this land, my goodness.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty, I didn't
Don't make me take back my offer. You did not seem like a rude little boy.
I'm sorry, and yes, I can bring my siblings back if it means more Cheetos.
All right, well, I cannot wait to meet them. It was wonderful to meet you. Now, I must get on with the rest of my day, but I'll see you later. Ta-ta!
Goodbye.
Oh, yes, alarm person.
Lucy!
Edmund! Oh, you're here as well. How wonderful.
Well, all I saw was a lot of snow.
Let's go back and tell the others.
Now, as you see, Edmund had met the Queen while he was there, and he had come into an arrangement to her to deliver his siblings in exchange for Cheetos. For the witch was rather frightened of something more than just little kittens, because there was a prophecy, should 4 humans arrive in the land, there was a possibility that she might be defeated, thereby diminishing her magic, allowing the kittens to roam freely and cause her allergies to go haywire. Let's go back to present time and find out what the children shall do about Edmund.
Oh no, Edmund, whatever shall we do?
Oh dear.
I'm afraid he might already be cheddar as we speak.
Oh gosh.
But we should meet with Stella at the stone table.
Yes.
That's where we need to go now.
All right, let's do that. All right.
Okay.
Oh. You hear that?
Yes, none of your toys are jingling. That can't be that.
No, that's not a cat toy.
You've got very good hearing.
Oh, you know what? I should go investigate those bells.
All right.
Might be something. You stay safe.
Okay, we will. Here we are. Oh dear. Edmund, turn to cheese. That's going to be wreaking havoc from the outside and the inside.
I'm so worried we're all gonna die.
It's getting closer.
Oh.
That doesn't sound like a witch.
I'm not sure it is.
Oh, ho, ho.
I know that noise. It's Father Christmas.
Father Christmas? How is this possible? You told us it was always winter and never Christmas.
Well, things have begun to warm up in Lagonia, and I believe Christmas is right around the corner.
Wonderful.
I have gifts for each of you.
Oh, we haven't seen any presents since before the war.
This is for you, Susan.
Right? Oh my goodness. It is a single spaghetti.
That's right.
Just separated out from a bundle of spaghetti. It's just the one noodle. Thank you. I did not realize there was a singular version of that word.
Interesting.
You learn something new every day.
You really do.
Oh, and for you, Lucy.
Oh, it's so fun. 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 Oh, sorry, I got carried away. Oh, it's my very own cat toy. I saw the tigers and I desperately wanted one for my own, and you knew that.
That's right,
Thank
that's
you.
right. And Peter, not to be forgotten.
Okay.
For you.
Oh my goodness. You've got one. I've got two. Knitting needles. Oh, they're not too sharp, but they're sharp enough if I wanted to. Ah! Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Thank you, Father Christmas.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. Now, you should make haste, go to the stone table, and Estella now. All will be made clear there.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have more gifts to deliver now.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas!
Safe travels. Happy Christmas. Oh, I feel so much better. These gifts, and I think they're going to help us somehow.
So.
All right,
I've always
let's
wanted
find
this.
Edmund.
Yes, I do wonder what has happened to Edmund.
In case you are also wondering what had happened to Edmund, he had wandered and found himself in the witch's courtyard, where he was finding a myriad of cheese statues.
In this corner, there was a little squirrel who had been getting ready to run up a tree, but instantly turned to cheese. No.
There was a mouse who was investigating the squirrel because, as we all know, mice love cheese, and unfortunately, that was the end of that mouse.
Oh, no, it's terrible. Some sort of Havarti.
And in the corner there was a little dog who was licking its paw and had been turned into cheese.
Oh, poor pup.
And down here, rising out of the pond, was Mr. Squiddy, who had been coming to see what was happening with his giant eyes, but got frozen.
Oh, he was a monster. Now he's a monster. Oh, and this one is the most awful one of all. I can hardly tell what kind of cheese it is, but it's simply a... Oh!
I'm not cheese at all.
It's you. Your real name is Peter. I remember...
Spider-Man!
Oh, right. I forgot.
I'm gonna web you to that wall. Your Majesty!
What is it? You came back? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't make you into a little brie boy right here.
I don't see him having any supernatural talents, so I don't think we should keep little boys around unless they do.
I did bring my siblings. I brought them as far as I could.
As far as you could, but where is that?
Well, I couldn't bring them all the way here, but they are here, and they're meeting at some place called the Stone Table with someone named Stella.
Stella!
I'm gonna web his mouth so he can't say any more.
Good, thank you. Oh, gosh, Stella always makes my eyes itch and my throat close up.
It's because
Watery.
she's a big cat.
I know. Don't you ever say that name in my presence again.
I took care of that.
All right, thank you very much. I need you to take care of something else. I need you to fly on ahead with your roller skates and see if there are any of our spies along the way or any of our allies that we can bring with us to the Stone Table. I'll meet you there.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Oh, just like over the heights of Brooklyn. Now, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take these off because I need you to come with me to the Stone Table. What size are you? Feet?
Oh, are these These are some sort of inline roller skate?
Yes, they are. We are going to be on a long journey, so they better fit. Strap them on, and I'm going to call forth my army. I'm going to call forth my poisonous frogs that like to glub and burble. And I'm going to call forth my mythical creature, a bandersnatch. And I'm going to call forth the ghostly ghouls that like to wander. Hello. Aren't you very glad you've met all of my friends?
Do you have any more Cheetos here?
More Cheetos. What a ridiculous thought. You will see about that. Right now we're going to go to the stone table.
And at the same moment, the children, Peter, Susan, and Lucy, had made their way, following Mr. Tiger, to the clearing of the stone table. And as they came into the lovely place, they were amazed to find they were not the only creatures there, for all of Stella's creatures had come to welcome her home, including...
Even the lowly worms came out of the ground to come and see Stella at the table.
Yes, and there was one of Father Christmas's reindeer who had broken from the pack, curious to see this great lion.
And high up in a tree was a regal jaguar who was sunning itself and looking down excitedly to see the festivities.
And arriving just on time was Mr. Tiger with all of the children in tow. Oh, you've all been slinking along like that?
We're very stealthy.
Yes, it helped us to get up the hills quickly.
We didn't want to be seen by any of the witch's spies.
You know what? Good call. But now, it's time for you to meet Stella.
Stella?
And then the children saw her. She was radiantly gold, a majestic lion, and it took their breath completely away.
And now we ask you to help us provide the voice for this mighty lion. Would any children or adults who remember what it felt like to be a child help us with a good growl or a roar on the count of 3? Anyone who wants to participate can just give any sound that you feel befits a mighty lion. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Stella, you truly are magnificent. I must confess that I'm worried about my brother Edmund. Is there anything that you can say to comfort me? Oh, I do feel much better, thank you.
Stella, I have to confess, I think it was I who was being a little beast. The way I treated Edmund, he didn't deserve that. What shall I do? Thank you. I will stay the course and be ready to defend my family.
Hello, Stella. It's Susan here. I feel as though everybody has something that they can do to help, and I just feel so powerless, and I don't know what I have to offer. Can you help me? Oh, you're right. I do have the gift of my single spaghetti. I could use it to help somehow. I just don't have any ideas. Oh, yes, I can use my single spaghetti to organize the army with a team-building exercise. Thank you, Stella. All right, everyone. The goal here is to not break it. So when you pass it off to your teammate, we cannot snap it, we cannot break it. We must use our concentration and pass it like a baton, all right? So perhaps maybe you, Mr. Jaguar, you can start, and then maybe you could pass it off to the little worm somehow. I don't think you should pass it to that character, though. Very stealthy in a way that doesn't seem safe. Peter, help! There's something out here that's...
What's happening, Susie? How's it? Oh!
I'm gonna blast her to the wall!
No, move quickly!
Don't you! But how was that name?
Wait a minute, Peter? Wait, are you also a Peter?
Yeah. How did you know?
I don't know, I just sensed it. When you know someone has named your name, it just makes total sense. Look, Peter, I can tell that it is a Peter under that mask.
But I'm a Spider-Man.
Yes, but you're also a Peter, And as one Peter to another, I know you don't always want to be defined by what people see on the outside. Look, Peter, I know if you just lift your mask and let yourself be seen, then you might realize you don't have to be all this all the time. Oh.
Nobody's seen through this mask in years.
Peter, I think you've been doing the witch's bidding for so long, you haven't decided what to create or make on your own. Do you see the webs you've been shooting? They only just make things stick, and they're only coming out in a single stream. But with these, you could do something different. You don't have to tie people up or make them quiet. You could use your webs and these to create beautiful things. Maybe ways for you to go off and see the world, and places where you can take off your mask and be known only as Peter.
I need to see those clearer. Okay. Oh, yes, I can create so much more.
Yes. You're so much better than I ever could have been.
This is a useful scarf to keep necks warm.
Yes.
Not just fly and stick. Oh.
It fits you so perfectly.
There's pearl,
There is a
there's
need
cable.
for this gift out there in the world, and it's you who can give it to them. Thank you for sharing your secret with me. It's safe.
Well, now I don't need a mask anymore. I can create whatever clothing item I need.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
From one Peter to another. Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Last one.
Yeah, you might want to take off the sticky part of the threads. It'll help with the knitting. All right.
Thank you, Peter.
Yes.
I'll walk tall.
Come on then, stop falling and lying on the ground like you've never skated before in your life.
I feel like this isn't the best transportation for snow.
Oh, where's my nose itching? Oh. Stella, we meet again. My goodness, I have forgotten how much your fur is the worst thing ever. Stella, I have come here to talk to you because this boy betrayed his entire family, and you know as well as I do that any traitor, their life belongs to me. Do you deny this? I didn't think so. But what is that? You want to offer a trade? A trade of your life for the boy? But that doesn't make any sense. He doesn't deserve it. What was that? You insist? I've always thought cats were not the smartest creatures, so I'm willing to make this trade with you if you promise to meet me here tonight at the stone table to make good on this arrangement. Do you promise? Well, if that's the case, then I don't need you anymore, so give me the skates back. They're a rental, so I do need to return them. Thank you. I've got to disinfect this. Why do boys have the stinkiest feet?
Edmund!
Oh, Peter!
Edmund, you're all right, and you're not cheesy at all.
No. And Peter, I'm so sorry.
No, Edmund, it's all right. Just happy to see that you're okay. Let's go tell the others, quick.
Oh, Susan, what a day it's been.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you believe that just this morning I was playing us some musical try and somehow ended here in Begonia?
No. Can you believe that they didn't break this neutral the whole time?
Oh, what a great team-building activity.
We have a very confident army.
Oh, and
Hello, Lucy, Susan. I've been talking to Stella, and I feel I have something to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the way I've acted, and I'm especially sorry to you, Luce, for not believing you.
well, of course I forgive you, Edmund. And I must say, it is nice not to be growled at. Though I can stand it from Stella, from you it was getting on my nerves a bit.
I'm glad you finally found someone who could speak your language.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna get to bed now, but good night.
Have a good night.
Oh, there's Stella. Oh, Stella, you look a bit sad. Is everything all right? Oh, you are quite morose. We'd love to keep you company. You need us to hide?
I can hide behind that.
Of course, we'll do that. Oh, where to hide, where to hide, where to
Stella! My goodness, I've waited so long for this day. Come on, boys, let's get Stella on this table. My goodness. Please tie Stella up because you can't be that close to them. My goodness. Please shave all of that hair off. It's making me sneeze so much. You know, Stella, it's a little hard to be dignified and deliver threats when you're so annoying to my sinuses, but I want to tell you that I realized today after our first meeting that there is nothing that will stop me from decimating your army in the morning once we are through here tonight. So I wanted to leave you with that final thought before I get rid of a pest and bid you farewell. Just like exterminating the rest of the land. Come on, boys, let's go decimate their army. No, Stella. Oh, Stella. I can hear you cry all the way over there. That was awful, Lucy. Oh, it's just terrible. She just looks like a melted pile of rubbish. That's awful. Let's untie her.
And Lucy and Susan cared well for Stella's body. And as they untied the form, it slowly began to disappear. As it dissipated until it was no longer lying upon the table, there was heard a loud crack! And at that moment, the stone table split in two, revealing the deeper magic within.
Lucy, do you see there's writing on the inside of the table? It says, if a person offers their life as a sacrifice for a victim, even though the person has done nothing wrong, then the deep magic will come to life, and death itself will be undone and begin to work backward.
Work backward?
I don't know. That's
Susan,
what
what
it
does
says.
that mean?
It's prophecy or something. Oh.
I believe in Stella.
Oh, something that looks an awful lot like Stella. How do we know it's really Stella?
And not a pile of cheese?
Yes.
Well, Stella, is it you?
It is!
It's a Gouda thing. She's not cheese.
Yes, it is. Oh, Stella, we're so glad to see you.
The witch said that she was going to fight the army.
Oh, no. Let's go!
And at that exact moment, Stella's creatures were going up against the witch's army. There were all the worms coming out of the ground, and as they did so, they split themselves in two, so there became more of them, and they began eating the ground out from under the other army.
And the Bandersnatchers, not knowing what else to do, but snatching was in their name, began snatching them all.
And the reindeer from Father Christmas looked on this and feel that he was by himself, so he must become like 8 reindeer, and came in hot from high, coming in with his antlers to take out the army.
But the poison frogs began their poisonous belching, creating a thick fog that made the reindeers cough.
And up in the trees was the jaguar, who had been leaking himself, and he realized he had many hairballs formed in his throat, so he stood upon high and slobbered all of them with his hairballs.
But ghouls, used to walking slowly anyway, were not deterred by these disgusting hairballs, and created some saliva weapons of their own.
And throughout the battle, Edmund fought valiantly for Stella's army. Now, not just growling in anger, but growling on the battlefield to frighten his enemies.
You've growled for the last time. Get ready to be a little block of brie.
Oh, well, I know your weakness, evil witch.
Oh, no.
And I have a friend who wants to meet you. Don't you, Mr. Fluffers?
Stop!
That's right. now I have your wand, and you don't even deserve to be a good cheese. You're going to be processed cheese product. Ha!
And because it was no longer winter, the processed cheese melted quickly in the sun until the witch had been defeated into a puddle on the ground. Yes! Edmund had done it. He had redeemed himself and used his growling to create this. But in the process, he had been mortally wounded, for some of that processed cheese had flown off the witch, and he'd inhaled it, and his lactose intolerance finally got the best of him.
Oh no, Edmund!
Oh, Lucy. Oh, I'm afraid I've eaten cheese, and you know how I get.
Oh, I know you can only eat processed cheese product in the form of Cheetos, but not in any other form.
That's correct.
It is quite an abnormality. Oh dear, I do wish that I could help you, but I don't know how. Stella, how can I help? I can use my gift, my cat toy. Why, yes, I can use this. You see, it looks like something for a tame little kitty, but what this does is that it keeps cats wild. It keeps their predatory instincts intact. So, it is a bit of a Trojan horse, you might say. It looks very innocent, but it will awaken something wild in you, something that will never let you die. Here, ready?
Oh,
I've extended the string.
It's so big.
Oh, you want to get it now? Are you not going to get it now? Are you not going to get it now either?
I'm starting to feel the cheese digesting.
It is dragging along the floor.
Lucy, I think you've done it. I feel better now. Thank you, Lucy.
Everyone! It's over! Stella's forces have beaten the witch's army! They've won!
Yes!
Have we found Mr. Squiddy?
I don't think so.
Oh, you mean the giant squid?
Yes.
I remember seeing him in the witch's courtyard. He had been turned to Swiss.
Do you remember in the witch's courtyard, there was a little dog in the corner who was licking its paw?
And there was a mouse who'd been going after some cheese, but turned into cheese herself.
And coming out of the pond was Squiddy himself, who had been trying to peer with his one eye.
Oh, it is! It's Mr. Squiddy, and look, oh no, there's a big Swiss cheese hole where his large eye used to be. Stella, will you help us once again?
I feel so much better. Oh dear. Oh yes. Oh, I'm sorry. They're all over everywhere. What happened? Lucy, it's you.
Yes, and you know, I did find Mr. Kraken.
Oh, you found Mr. Kraken. Is he here?
Yes, I believe so, Mr. Kraken.
Oh, hey. Squiddy! Oh, Mr. Kraken, how are you? I'm fine. Hey, I went to New Zealand and Norway. You should come with me. Oh, I'd like that. Oh, I'm going to dive in here. I'll meet you on the other side. Right on. I've also got a monocle for you. Thank you, Lucy, so much. If you ever need a ride around the world, just call.
Wow, and now that they both have monocles, I do fear it's going to be hard to tell them apart. They look so similar.
That's very true.
So similar.
And in this castle, which was actually owned by someone long before the witch ever occupied it, there was a room at the top that Edmund hadn't seen the last time he was there. And in this room, there were 4 thrones sitting side by side.
Wait, Stella, is it your intention that we are the 4 humans to fulfill the prophecy, sit on the throne and rule the land of Logania? Yes. Well then, we shall.
And they did, for it was their duty. And they ruled for a long time, many years, and they were kind, benevolent rulers who used their gifts for the benefit of all the people. And Peter, having used his weaving and knitting skills for the betterment of others, became known as Peter, the weaver of goodwill.
For Susan, it became known throughout the land that she was very good at bringing people together. together and using her team-building exercises. And so she became known as Susan the Fortifier.
And Edmund, no longer obsessed with his cheesy, salty snacks, began to eat healthier and become known as Edmund the Natural.
And Lucy, who through play released something primal, became known as Lucy the Wild. And so they ruled in this land for many years, where it was always the spirit of Christmas and just enough winter. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas!
Thank you for letting us come spend this Sunday morning with you. Once again, we are from Taproot Theater. For those of you who may not know, Taproot Theater is in the Greenwood neighborhood of North Seattle. We have been around for 45 years. We consider ourselves a theater of hope, and we reach out to 160,000 people a year throughout the Pacific Northwest region with a few different ways. One of them is what we're doing here with touring improv shows. There's also a road company that goes to schools and does bullying prevention plays. We also have our main stage, which has a year-round season. Currently, they're showing Georgiana and Kitty, A Christmas at Pemberley, which is the third in the Jane Austen series of Christmas shows. There's also right next door in the Isaac, a Charlie Brown Christmas, which is perfect for families and kids of all ages. And then we have an acting studio where we teach kids of all ages, and specifically kindergarten through 12th grade, to come and do what we do, or sing, do all these kind of things. So we would love to talk to you. We'll be hanging out in the back afterwards. Once again, thank you for helping us create your version of Always Winter. Merry Christmas.
Thank you Thank you. I'll just talk loudly into these ones. Thank you so much, Taproot Theater. That was awesome. A quick reminder to head up to the preschool building to check it out and also take some pictures with Santa. Friends, the God we worship is dynamic and interesting and surprising, just like improv. God delights us and surprises us while offering us comfort and support. God can do both. God does do both. Please rise in body or spirit for the benediction. God loves you, and Jesus Christ is crazy about you, so leave this place and serve no other. And may the love of God, the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you this day and all of your days. And all God's people said, Amen. All right, see you in the preschool building.